Good day to one and all, near and far. My name is Michelle Andina, and as one of the co-creators of Global Lightworkers United, I'm delighted to welcome you to this very special event, a celebration of the extraordinary creative talents within our Lightworker community. Global Lightworkers United is a 501c3 nonprofit with a simple but powerful mission to unite and empower lightworkers so that together we can bring more love and light into our world through community, connection, and shared service. Today, through the magic of technology, we are gathered from the Arizona desert to the New Jersey shore to the gentle hills outside Barcelona, Spain. It is now my honor to introduce our three gifted singer-songwriters who are here today to lovingly share their creative process, their lyrics, and their music. Let me start with Ben Fuller. Ben is a singer-songwriter whose music serves as a portal to his journey through life. With a soulful resonance that transcends boundaries, Ben's music uplifts, enlivens, and inspires the hearts and souls of the listener. As a national touring musician for over 2 decades, using Lake Tahoe as his home base, Ben and his family were thirsty for adventure and moved to Spain in late 2025. He has put out 3 albums, with the fourth to be released this spring. His uh, his his handle then or his website is benfullermusic.com. We're going to place all of those links into the chat so everyone can meet everyone. So Ben, welcome. We're so happy that you're here. Jai Gobind is an astrologer, intuitive, singer, songwriter, jewelry designer, and the creator of Eagle Star Yoga, Eagle Star Jewels, and Channel for Grace. As a 2/4 mental projector with the right angle cross of consciousness, she is a gifted and connecting personally with her students and audience, tuning into exactly what they need. With a chart ruled by Mercury, a Gemini sun, a Leo moon, and Gemini rising, Jai is truly a joy to be around. Through her work and music, she guides us to connect deeply with our heart space, to find the courage to trust our intuition, and to align with the sustaining life force of the universe. Jai, so happy that you're here.
Thank you.
And our final singer today is Laura Crisci, is a true creative and visionary lightworker who has not only written songs and books, but has spent many years touring the world, sharing her musical talents and heart with others. The pandemic, loss of loved ones, and the synchronicities of life have led her to create her most recent book, Have Fun, Be Kind, a simple health guide for grumpy adults and the rest of us learning to lighten up. Through the years, Laura has been lovingly known by New Jersey locals as the best kept secret of Asbury Park. But she's now searching her heart for a new place to call home and finding a way to return to authentically embracing her mantra and album title of All Is Well Once More. We've invited each of these amazing musicians to share a little bit about their own creative process. Let's start with Ben, please.
Hi, everybody. Um, Creative process. The last few years I have been dealing with some health issues, particularly with my brain. And so creatively, a lot of my songs have dealt with loss and death and things of that nature. Um, when I'm writing songs, sometimes they just come. Sometimes it'll be they'll come right through me super quick. That's not that often. A lot of times I have to work at it. So it's an idea that will germinate at some point, and then I might forget about it and then come back to it piece by piece later, and then eventually it turns into a song.
Okay, well, thank you so much for having me. This is super fun for me because it's something that I've been wanting to do more of. I have been writing songs for like years now, but I actually have never made an album. And a lot of my community have been like begging me forever to make an album. And this is kind of like the push that I need to like get that going. So I, like Ben, have written songs in moments of a lot of emotional like highs and usually lows. It's kind of like, when you get into that deep emotional space, for me, the way to express it is I love to sing. And usually I'll write first, like I'll hear the words, they come out like as a poem. And then eventually I will sit down with the guitar and play a tune, play some chords, and see if the energy fits, the song. And then there's other times where I have like, just totally just channeled the song, like boom, right there and in the moment. And usually those moments happen when there's eclipses or full moon eclipses, like solar eclipses or full moon eclipses. I mean, I know why, like the energy just like pulls it out of me. And a lot of people, now, do light language. It's a very, it's a thing now. And I always say the music is my light language. And when I play my music, what comes through energetically is like everything that went into the creating of it, and the feelings just like kind of pour through. And that's my magic. And I'm just very grateful to be here. So thank you.
With my songwriting process, mine has all been um, it just comes in 20 minutes. I can hear everything, all the parts, all the words, and I feel like it's floating by, and anyone sitting, like if we were all sitting around the table, or even now, as a matter of fact, but I don't know if it works with a virtual table, but let's just say physically we're all there. To me, it's like a song floated by, and each one of us could have written it, but I happen to see it and hear it. And I see and hear the entire thing, and I'm a scribe, and I just write it down. And for many, many years, I just thought, well, I'm just a scribe. You could have written it if I pointed at it, you could have written it just like I could. But as time went on, I realized that I do have part of the creative process in this. I can claim some of it and say, because they have to do with my life in some way. So I'm a part of the process. I'm a co-creator with whatever's floating by. So it's not like if it was floating by with you and you were there, you would have written a different song, but with the same maybe kernel of um what would be the word? Just where it connects with everyone. I'm sure there's a way better word, but I'm already out of words. Where fortunately I only have to sing written ones today. But where so the universality of it, let's call it that, would be there, but it would be from your perspective instead of mine. And I just figured that out in recent years that I can claim it. And basically what I would do is I would write the song in 20 minutes, and then I'd keep writing it for another 40 minutes, and then I'd undo everything in those 40 minutes and put it right back to where it was after the first 20 minutes and call it a day. But I would hear each and every instrument and thing. So when I finally got into a studio decades later, it was so amazing to hear what I have heard in my head for decades actually work. I'm like, oh my God, this really works, because I heard all the parts, like orchestrated parts in some of them, and many years later, it only sat in my head all those years. So that would be the thing. So I used to ask people, yeah, it's like, does this song? So I'd write a song, and then I'd play it, and I'd say, do you know this song? Because I felt like I was stealing every song because it was so familiar. And they go, no, I haven't heard it. And then I'd say, well, then I wrote it. Well, then I wrote it. So I'd been afraid to listen to anyone else's music for fear that I was stealing it, because I felt like I was stealing the ones I actually wrote. So anyway, so that's
That's
my
that's so
bizarre.
yeah, it shows your connection. You have clearly a direct link to the source and the provider of music and lyrics, and it's really a gift. And all three of you have definitely got that connection. So So I think that now what we're going to do is, so I'm just going to explain to everyone how this is going to work. What we're going to do is we're going to do like a circle in the round. We're going to have Ben's going to start first. He's going to tell you a little bit the history of the song that he's going to sing, and or maybe he's going to sing the song first and tell you the history afterwards. I leave that up to him. And then after Ben is finished, it will go over to Jai, and after Jai is finished, it'll go over to Laura, and we're going to do that a couple of times around. So. And then at the end, there's going to be time for you all to ask questions of these three very, very talented musicians, singer-songwriters, light workers. And so just sit back and relax and enjoy the music. I'm going to turn it over to this beautiful trio. So Ben, you're up first.
Thank you, Mickey. All right. This is a song. I was in a songwriter group for a while where someone would throw out a line or some sort of idea, and then every week people would have to come up with a song and tie it to that. It could be a word in the song, it could be the idea. And the word was contrast. And at the time, I had been getting a lot of MRIs. And if anyone's had an MRI, a lot of times you'll have them with and without contrast. Contrast is like the ink that they put in your veins so they can take a different picture of your brain or whatever it is. So this one's called With and Without Contrast. Let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out, I've had enough. Let me out, let me out, let me out, please set me free. Let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out, it's all too much. Let me out, let me out, let me out, can you hear me? Running my fingers up and down the side of my legs, I try to breathe real slow. Skin on my back that rests against the table where I lay is as cold as snow. Oh, my body got to keep it still or they'll do it again. Oh, it's getting harder to ignore the sound of the screaming within. Let me out, let me out, let me out, I've had enough. Let me out, let me out, let me out, please set me free. Let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out, it's all too much. Let me out, let me out, let me out, can you hear me? Pull me out, making certain that I'm okay, and say I feel no pain. Put a needle in my arm, I feel the color running through my veins and slowly fade away. Oh, I'm counting every second, I'm closer to the end. Oh, I'm drowning in my head, it helps me forget where I am where I am. I am who 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 I am. Here it comes again, getting closer to the end. Let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out, I've had enough. Let me out, let me out, let me out, please set me free. Let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out, it's all too much. Let me out, let me out, let me out, can you hear me? Let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out, I've had enough. Let me out, let me out, let me out, please set me free. Let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out, it's all too much. me. Thank you.
Oh my God, Ben, that was amazing. You took me right back to Egypt, and I didn't know the story behind the song. Like, whoa, it's so powerful. So thank you for that. That was beautiful. So
Thank
the
you.
song that the song that I chose to start with is actually one of the very first songs that I ever wrote. And the thing with me is like I don't consider myself like a songwriter because a lot of these melodies and things, they kind of feel like they're channeled to me. I also have never studied the guitar like professionally. So I literally just know like the chord. I know enough to like play a little bit, but really what I think the gift that comes through is more through my voice. But this song, I remember when I first wrote it, I was like so proud of it. I was like, it's a real song. Oh my God, it's amazing. And it's lively. Like to me, if it's a livelier one of my songs, and it's called Prayers to the Sun. And the reason behind the name is there's a lot like the light of the sun just feels like, healing to me. Also with, I'm an astrologer, so I have, everything like, the sun in Gemini, and all these things about the sun in astrology, which is so powerful, how it also represents the soul. It's just the life force. I feel like it holds the life force. And then also the song was inspiring to me at what I wanted to, or what ended up, coming through the song is how can we like embody the truth about like light working and how, how can we show up? What are we really here to do in the world? So it's just kind of like, we always talk about in astrology that the sun is a luminary, and it shines a light on something. And I feel like this song, Prayers to the Sun, shines a light on our role as light workers. We cause a great commotion with lyrics and rhyme. We span space and time. Before you were born, your brainless I wrote you a letter. Be good to people for no reason. Love and allow others to love you. You don't need to prove anything. You just need to be you. You have a body, a soul, a part of the whole. You are light, made from the stars. Let your light shine in the world. This is the change we need. Look at people in the eyes. I know it's hard because we've been taught to be scared, but fear is a made-up game. It is a sickness of the mind. There's no need to be afraid if you can't see God in all. You can't see God at all. And I'm not holding a hand, I ain't your way. And I'm not holding a hand, I ain't your way. And I'm not holding a hand, I ain't your way. And I'm not holding a hand, I ain't your way. You are infinite possibilities, you are strong. You are changing the world, one thought at a time, one feeling at a time. Let your joy persevere, let your inner soul guide you. Your guiding system, your intuition, shine a little brighter. Lead the way, we'll find each other. We'll connect, let's love, let's live, let's share, yeah. It's the only way. Drop the fears, drop the lies, we are one. An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. Call on your spirit guides, call on your teachers, past, present, and future. Recognize we are the future. Live and let live, embrace the change. We are ushering in a new consciousness in this Aquarian age. Can you feel it? Change is here. The time has come for us to live again, to allow our humanness to make space in our minds for solutions, not problems, to focus on love and to share with each other our gifts. And so we sing, and I'm not holding a hand, I ain't your way. And I'm not holding a hand, I ain't your way. And I'm not holding a hand, I ain't yourself your truth. Unsung wa he guru. Every cell of your being vibrates with the energy of the universe. Take a step forward, my friend, take my hand. You are not alone anymore. We are here and we will persevere. Give up the need to control Mother Earth, Father Sky, got a journey. In the end, we are all one people, one tribe, one spirit, one light. It's time for us to walk the earth together as one. And now when I hold when I hear I ain't your way. And now when I hold when I hear I ain't your way. And now when I hold when I hear I ain't your way. Thank you.
Love that. It was like spiritual rap. That was great. Like to thank my vibration peeps for showing up from the circle. Yay. I see you and I appreciate you. And I'm shocked that you're here. Yay. So let's see. I'm going to go back about 20 years, I think. Because this is like my hit in this spiritual community and in the vibration. Whatever I play, it just seems that this song comes up, the one It's My Faith. And it's on my album, All Is Well, just in case, there you go. And it looks like this. I think it's on Spotify. Anyway, I'll get the merch opened up now that you're making me sing again, because I stopped a few years ago. But before then, I had stopped right before. This was the first song I had written since stopping for another 7 years when I moved to Nashville, and I was pregnant with my son, who somehow sucked all the music out of me, and and I stopped playing because I didn't have the support I needed to do that. So my kids didn't even know I played the guitar. They were shocked when they found out. They're like, "Oh my God!" But I ended up being the youth ed director at a Unity Church, youth and family minister in Nashville. And we had homework, and I was taking all these classes, and I was just trying to find out why, because I was in the midst of the divorce and the kids and the insanity. So none of them knew I played either. So we had this homework, and I ended up writing this song as my homework. Nobody said, "Hey, go write a song," but you had to write something. And for me, music came out again. So I wrote this song, It's My Faith. And they were like, "You sing and play guitar?" I was like, "Yeah, in a previous life." And Janetta, I'm going to put this one towards you, because I remember we were talking in the circle the other day about trying to figure out what to do. And I remember there's a quote. It says, "Look for the dream that keeps coming back. It's your destiny." And for me, I did not plan on playing music ever again. And just like now, I had not planned on playing music ever again, but now here I am. So I figured I would pick up where I left off with the song It's My Faith, and then take you a little further into the journey that led me to stop playing this time. And yet this thing keeps coming back, dragging me back in. And come on, just play a song. It'll be fun. Right, Michelle? So here we go. It's called It's My Faith. I will do my best to not make any horrible sounds vocally. And, it's not like it's going to be Joplin. It's going to be a prepubescent boy sound if things do not go well. But you're all loving people, so I'm sure it's fine. So this was my homework about 20 years ago. It's my faith and it's my journey, but where do I begin in this place where I am learning to hear that voice within, and I believe the love that's in my heart is where it starts. It all begins when you let it in. It's my path, and I must walk it, though I know not where it goes. But now I see the light before me, and I know I'm not alone. And I believe the love that's in my heart is where it starts. It all begins when you let it in. Yes, it's my faith and it's my journey, and now I have begun in this place where I am learning that voice and I are one, and I believe the love that's in my heart is where it starts. It all begins when you let it in. Yes, I believe the love that's in my heart is where it starts. It all begins, just let it in. Let it in. Thank you. A few squeaks here and there, but I think we did pretty good.
That was beautiful, Laura. I love that.
Thank you.
Wow. All right. I'm going to play a song, another one that actually came pretty quick, like that last one. And this also came with that songwriting group. And the theme of this one was write a song with just 2 chords. So this is just a 2-quarter song. This one's called The Dying Man. And the idea of this song was kind of looking through the eyes of someone who is in both worlds and maybe has a peek behind the veil. And so this is called The Dying Man. The dying man endures the loneliness of a bed that only he made, waiting. He knows that someday he will end up in the light or covered in shade, praying. Where does he go from here, my friend? Where does he go from here, my friend, my friend, my friend, my friend? Where does he go from here, my friend? Where does he go from here? The dying man can't. The dying man says before you go into the river, hold in your heart forgiveness. The tongue, the lips that hold those words inside his mouth will pull him apart. Resistance. Where does he go from here, my friend? Where does he go from here, my friend? Where does he go from here, my friend, my friend, my friend, my friend? Where does he go from here? Well, he believes that if he plays out his stories, in his life he'll lose all the memory. Never gonna let them out of his heart, never gonna let them tear him apart. He has a chance to experience the facets of the light and the love of the masses. Never gonna let them out of his heart, never gonna let them tear him apart. Where does he go from here, my friend? Where does he go from here, my friend, my friend, my friend, my friend? Where does he go from here, my friend? Where does he go from here? The dying man can see along that dusty road that's waiting for me, waiting.
Wow, Ben, that was amazing. I'm over here like I'm crying, you guys. This is so beautiful. I'm remembering like how nice it is to just be in a sacred space where like we just hold that frequency for each other. It's just magic and there's like no pressure, just sharing from our heart. It's amazing. Thank you again, you guys, Michelle and Glue, for inviting me here. Okay. So this next song that I chose to sing is one of that's kind of the deeper emotional songs, and it has to do with the journey that I had, growing up with my mother. It's talked about the mother wound. And I share about this quite a bit, like in my community, in my memberships, and on my YouTube channel, like just my healing story, and how I grew up with a lot of narcissistic abuse and emotional abuse and mental abuse, like many of us have also, and not everybody. And so I'm like, may not apply to you, but to me, it was difficult. I was definitely had a rough childhood in that way. And what it made me do is it made me feel like I didn't know who I was, because I was always told what I was supposed to feel and think and on and on. So one day I decided in my young spirit, like, I'm leaving, and I'm going to move to Boulder, Colorado. And I know that it's coming out of nowhere, but I just need to get out of here. And I by the way, I'm from Argentina, but I grew up in Los Angeles, like, hardcore, the valley, and, it's a concrete jungle. And I'm also a very sensitive person, emotionally very sensitive, energetically very sensitive. Like I get drained a lot if I am in big crowds, just like many of us. And so I went off on my journey to like find myself. And I was in Boulder for a total of 12 years. And that was it was both the biggest dark night of the soul, the biggest awakening, the biggest transformation for me. And this song I actually wrote like not too long ago, maybe it was a couple years ago, but it reflects on that journey of finding my way out of, everything that was in my head that wasn't mine, and finding the freedom to like live again. So it's called Gone with the Wind. Gone with the wind, gone with the wind, gone with the wind, gone with the wind I am, gone with the wind, gone with the wind, gone with the wind, gone with the wind I am. Grew up learning there were rules to everything. A tiny bird born to a nest, to a love that was conditional. What if you love you get back is an illusion? What if the love you get back is conditional? I flew from a conditional nest where love had to be earned in the most damaging ways. Where are you, mother? Who is my mother? Why does it feel like you've been gone my whole life? I look up at the stars and search for the answers, and I feel you speaking to me. Guess that's what it's like for a star sees. We are so far from home, we feel lost in the wind. So I flew from a broken nest, looking for love, looking to be loved. And when I finally found love, I was gone with the gone with the wind, gone with the wind, gone with the wind, gone with the wind I am, gone with the wind,
wind I am. Fly, little bird, into the night sky. Follow the starlight, follow your soul. Don't look back. You must shine your light in this world. You must follow your own path. You must let it all go. Just go with the wind. Let it carry you on. You are not alone anymore. You are stronger than you think. Fly, little bird, into the night sky. Follow the starlights, follow your soul. Fly, little bird, into the night sky. Follow the starlights, follow your soul. Gone with the wind, gone with the wind, gone with the wind, gone with the wind I am. Gone with the wind, gone with the wind, gone with the wind, gone with the wind I am.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. You know, it's funny that you brought up narcissists. I think a lot of us songwriters are the sort of byproduct of dealing with narcissists, maybe, because at the time I didn't even know what that was, and now I'm thinking about it with this next song. That's probably what it was, because I was trying to, and I think the other thing is a lot of empaths are narcissist magnets, and that like wasn't a thing. It was just, just trying to make everybody happy and make yourself happy and think that everybody else would just go ahead and be happy, because why wouldn't you? Right? And so this song, I had not figured out that I had married and divorced a narcissist who was brainwashing my children, and I hadn't figured out that the guy I was dating at the time was also a narcissist. All I knew was I was done. And I wished that I didn't have to be done, but I wasn't. It was time for them to meet me instead of me just showing up. So I don't know what the universe had in mind for this song, but that's what I was thinking. I feel like I need that disclaimer now. Like, I don't know. We didn't collaborate in that way. So take what you will from it. But the song is called Said and Done. I actually wrote this one after I put out the album. So in my mind, it's a newer one. But it's probably been quite some time. And it is recorded, but it's only available, like, this one and the next one I'm going to do, I don't have them anywhere because I haven't gotten around to the licensing and the metadata, but I did record them, and they're on lauracrisci.com if you want to listen to them, and a few others that I've recorded since the album. So, okay, fingers crossed for the vocals, and let's do this. I've done all I care to do. Now it's up to you to be the one to give what you care to share, to get from here to there when all is said and done. And it's all I can do when I think of the two of us there that I can't deny, but I can only try to be the one. I gave all I had to share and hope that you'd be there when all is said and done, that you'd stand by my side and be so filled with pride to be there. That you'd stand by my side and be so filled with pride to be there, that you're telling all the world that I am the girl, that I am the one. There, safe within your arms, feeling free from harm when all is said and done. And we're sharing what we need and feeling the intrigue of freedom that it brings. There's no chains, there's just wings, with knowing that you are the one when it's all said and done. Knowing you're the one. Made me cry a little bit, but I'm okay.
That was beautiful. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you, man.
All right. I'm going to do another slow one. Not all of my songs are slow. I do have some more upbeat, happy songs, but I'm trying to keep it to songs that I've written in the last year. The last two I wrote kind of the last few months I was in Lake Tahoe. I moved to Spain with my family about 6 months ago. And I moved here with the idea that I was going to be so creative and I'd just be writing songs. Just songs would be coming. Every day songs would be coming. And there's been nothing. Nothing at all for 6 months until about 2 days ago. My kids were at school and I just had the morning to myself, and I sat down with a cup of coffee and this one came out really quickly. It's a slow one. I don't really know what it means yet, but I'm sure I will eventually. This one's called Lady in the Water. I have to read it. It's that new. Also, I've always been a strummer. The way I play guitar, I've always been a strummer, and I'll pick a little bit, but I never really could figure out how people could pick, kind of like that Bob Dylan folky picking. And a few months ago, I watched a video and I taught myself. So this is the first song I've ever written that has this kind of standard kind of folk picking. Let me remember the song. All right. I've seen this room and I've walked this floor. I don't recognize it anymore. There are faces that I won't forget, even if I haven't seen them yet. I've been laying over you, but I still can't find the words to get me home. There's a special shade of blue and an innocence in traveling alone. I'm traveling alone. Ooh, lady on the water, will it ever be the same? Ooh, lady on the water, when you gonna call my name? I can lose myself in anything, paint a picture of my dream. But it's hard to find my way back in without going through the suffering. I've been laying over you, but I still can't find the words to get me home. There's a special shade of blue and an innocence in traveling alone. I'm traveling alone. Ooh, lady on the water, hold on to my hand. Ooh, lady on the water, lead me through this land. Ooh, lady on the water, I can hardly see the light. Ooh, lady on the water, carry me home tonight. Won't you carry me home tonight? Carry me home tonight. Thank you.
I loved it. Your voice is so soothing, Ben. It's just like, oh my God, I just instantly relax when I hear you sing. This is so nice for me. Thank you for that. It was so fun to hear a song you just wrote. Okay. So to follow kind of like the trajectory of the story that I was telling with my songs is, yeah, I go through these waves, right? We're talking about these emotional waves. So like the first song, Prayers to the Sun, it's like, yeah, we got it. Like we're light workers, we're going to do it, And then it's like, ooh, we deep dive into the real shit, you know, into the shadow work and into the heaviness. And that was a huge part of my transition, my transmutation, you could call it, into who I am today, was to go into those spaces and like let myself feel the feelings that I was feeling and not judge myself for feeling them, or for my life not being perfect or all of that. So, part of my journey through my kind of dark night of the soul in Boulder was I was in a relationship for 5 years. And this relationship was just basically this person came into my life and they just took the place of my mom, which is usually how it happens, you know? And so I didn't notice it at first, but then after a while, I was like, this is really bad, really toxic. And I was like, I want out, but I don't know how to get out. And so I had to, was so scared. I just felt like I don't have any stability. I don't know where to go, all the fears, So I remember I chose to do this thing called the miracle morning. And for 30 days, every day, I just sat and meditated and I set deep intentions about what do I really want for my life? Who is the person, the partner that like is the one that's going to really fully support me in my life right now? And lo and behold, my husband now showed up at the last TP ceremony that I ran with my ex. That's where we met. It was like a beautiful, seamless, like, and then I was on to another timeline, really. But I had to go through like about a whole year of like, did I do the right thing? Was I, and the confusion until I finally landed into clarity. And this song called I Forgive is the clarity that came from that experience. From now we're on the other side of the healing. Like now we understand it. So hope you guys enjoy it.
You are both my chains and my freedom. You are both the darkness and the light. I could see your angels and your demons. You are both my mirror and my eyes. If it wasn't for you, I would not know my value. If it wasn't for this, I would still be lost. Isn't it funny how something so damaging can be exactly what you need? So who am I to judge? See you for how beautiful you are, in your essence, in your journey, in your life. I see no need to change you. You are beautiful, just the way you are. In the darkness, the gift to feel. I discover through my pain my power to heal. I realize in my anger my strength to take action. And I awakened through sleep. There is no need to repeat your mistakes. Drop the weight, feel the release. You were meant for so much more, but who am I to judge? Oh, who am I to judge? Oh, who am I to judge? Oh, 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 oh,
Thank you.
Wow. Totally get it. I totally get it. Totally get that. Thank you so much for your insight, really, for Ben and Jai, both of you. I feel like this is a progression of the songs because I feel like I have the same feeling with this one. So this is I'm from New Jersey. There is this funny song. I'm from New Jersey. It's like Ohio, but even more so. Imagine that. I didn't write that one. I forget who did, but whenever I hear I'm from New Jersey. So this is my stadium song. So it's on the webpage there. I did record this one as well with a full band, horns and everything. So this is the acoustic version of it. And with that in mind, normally I put my audience to work because, why not, first of all? I like the interaction and you get to sing and stuff. So normally I'll end up with a choir by the end of the night, but I can't hear everybody, and that's okay because maybe you don't want to be heard. But I invite you to sing along, and the words are further down the road. And that happens to be the name of the song. But so your part would be further down the road, and then I'd say you'll know your part when it comes. You are very intelligent humans. And so another thing I noticed is that with my songs, I write them and I think I know what they're about. Of course, this is before I figured out the universe had another idea of what it was about. I also write a lot in metaphor. And then I think, oh yeah, this is what it is. And then I realize that I'm actually, would it be portending? I end up living my songs. And then I thought, geez, I got to write happier songs because bad idea. So like if you listen to like I Walk Alone and stuff, I thought I knew what that meant. And then it would even more layers of the song would unfold after I wrote it and after I thought it was what it was about. And I thought after it was, the future and I lived whatever that was, I'm looking back and going, wow, that was amazing. And then it hits me again with a whole nother realization, another layer of the song that I didn't even see coming. And I would explain it to you, but I'd get too sad about it, so I'm not going to right now. But I think I can get through this one. And with, that Jersey Strong attitude. And but it's called Further Down the Road. And that's your part. You'll know when to sing it, and I might remind you towards the end. And remember, I can't hear you, but also remember that I wish I could. Okay. All right, so it's called Further Down the Road, basically metaphor, but with all this spiritual stuff. And the reason is I see it unfolding more and more now that I'm getting into the whole, I've always been into the metaphysical. I was astral projecting as a, I grew up in the late 60s and 70s, so it was all of that stuff. It was the Seth and all that stuff. But after you lose a few people, it becomes more important to connect than just being kind of cool to do. So, yeah, further down the road and see if you can figure out the metaphors. And then sing along at any point because we can't hear you anyway. So fingers crossed. It's a long, slow train with a faded name and a long, long way to where I'm bound. With a change of mind, there's a jump in time. If I could hop that track, then I'd find that a different world just unfurled right before my eyes. It's a smoother train. It's not the same here on the other side. It's further down the road, everything's okay. Further down the road, this pain's gone away. And further down the road, that's where I'm bound. 'Cause further down the road, that's where I found you. It's a simple thought, it's a change of view. It's a window seat, not the aisle. It's a dream come true, finding you the day I meet that smile. And it's worth the wait, so I'll take a ride and I'll daydream about it for a while. Is a look for you to come in view from the window seat, not the aisle. Further down the road, everything's okay. Further down the road, this pain's gone away. And further down the road, that's where I'm bound. 'Cause further down the road, that's where I found you. I'm gonna put myself where I wanna be. I'm gonna ride that rail first class and free. I'm gonna sing all day, I'm gonna dance all night, and wake up ready at morning's light. 'Cause now I know that sing it further down the road, everything's okay. Further down the road, this pain's gone away. And further down the road, that's where I'm bound. Further down the road, that's where I found. And further down the road,
Oh, I mean, I am now totally at a loss for words to thank the three of you for that absolutely beautiful, amazing sharing of your gifts, sharing of your heart. I mean, it's the best testament to light workers I've ever seen. It's just was so magical, so moving, and I know I'm trying to speak for everyone who's here, but I'm truly at a loss for words. It was so amazing. Thank you all, and I feel so honored to have you as part of our community. I feel so honored to know you, to have spent time at least with Jai and Ben in person, and I'm looking forward to the day I get to spend time in person with Laura. But she and I have made a real connection, and I'm just really, it's truly an honor. So thank you all. Now we left time here, a little time still left. So if anyone from the audience has any questions for our three brilliant singers, songwriters, incredible talent we have here today. So I'm going to let Bob is actually going to come in and take over with some of this and fielding some of these questions for us.
Hi, everybody. I'm Bob Junkie. I'm also one of the co-founders. I've known Michelle for, I guess, almost 2 years now, and it's the first time I've ever heard her say that she was at a loss for words.
True.
But Ben, Jai, Laura, absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much. I just look at the energies that were flowing through me as I was listening to you, and just flowing with the range of emotions, and it was just a wonderful experience. Thank you. It's an honor to have you as part of our group. Thanks again. So we do have a few questions, and these aren't to anyone in particular. So if you just want to all unmute and answer away, I kind of feel like I know at least part of the of how I would answer this one, but when you're performing or creating, does it feel transcendent to you? Does it feel sacred?
Yeah, to me, 100%. It's like this, like because I think you pour your heart into it, and when you're doing that, it's like such a vulnerable experience to actually get to eventually share the songs. So like because it comes from that place, to me, it always feels that deep.
For me, if it doesn't, then the song doesn't stick. So the ones that I keep do for sure.
You know, I seem to have I slip into a different person when I'm performing. When I'm writing, I'm just, again, the scribe. But with performing, like lots of times, I've spoke to, I forget who I was talking to about this, but when they're doing mediumship, they don't even know what they said or did. And for me, when I'm doing this, I need to, and I'll do a show, and somebody will say, "I love when you said that thing." And I said, "I said that? Did I? Okay." And and I was relatively sober, I'm sure, and still couldn't, So it's definitely I step into a different place, but I never thought of it as spiritual or sacred. But I'm sure it actually is.
Yeah, yeah.
I just see it as it just is what it is, because it's just how, when you're a certain way, you don't think about yourself being spiritual. You're just you. And so, I never really thought of it. But yes, agreed.
Do you think that when you're writing or performing, that it actually helps you pursue your spiritual path?
I mean, I personally just like I always just drop in, like Laura was saying, it's like it's both and. I'm used to the music that I was that I felt the most invited into was the spiritual community, the kirtans, the chanting together and things like that. So it was always in this like devotional space. And I feel like when that's the container, but it can be anywhere really, anywhere that you play a song that people get to hear it. But when the container has that devotional piece to it, I do. It's like I surrender to the moment, and I kind of feel like I dissolve into the energy. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels that way too for us. Ben, Laura, any Thoughts on that?
I long for that. I that's what I hope to get to. It doesn't always happen,
Mm.
especially performing. You know, kind of depends on. I mean, in this scenario, 100%. I felt like I dropped right in. I felt really held. But that's
That's
not always the
beautiful.
case for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think again for mine, and I started at like 16, and the first thing I did was busking, or street singing and stuff. And I grew up on the streets of Jersey, so mine was really just more of a survival instinct. Let's play something really good that gets. I don't even know what it was, but it wasn't. I would never have labeled it spiritual or even friendly. At that point, it was just trying to find something I was passionate about and put it out there in a way that they would pay me so I could keep doing what I loved. And, I'm just finding this whole spiritual friendly part of music later in, in life. It's like, wow, I don't have to. I mean, I got this Ovation guitar. I think you saw it was an Ovation. I got that because I have my beautiful old Guild, and some drunk walked past it and broke it because I wasn't playing on a stage and broke its neck. And after that, and the places that I played, I got the Ovation so I could also use it as a weapon. I mean, that's why I got it. That's also why I learned martial arts, because I was leaving a gig late at night, and so I just wanted to make it home alive with a guitar in one piece. So praise God. I suppose that's as spiritual as I got then. But
When I
now
was
I could
when I
chill.
was listening to your story about how you first got into this business, and there were people that were trying to dissuade you from picking up the guitar. It actually reminded me of Joan Jett's story, because it was very similar. And she would have things thrown at her on stage because she was one of the first women guitarists to play, rock and roll music. So,
Oh, well, no one threw anything at me on stage. They liked me there. I was safe there. It's just when I got off the stage that I had to worry about all the drunks and crazy people. But on stage, in fact, I played at Mrs. J's, which was a biker bar. And one reason I got into the rock band was because the guy who asked me to join the band, because I was a folk singer then, and I was like, I don't know how to play an electric guitar. And he said, you had those bikers sitting. These are like the Hell's Angels and stuff. You had those bikers sitting there like they were in church listening to you. And he said, I want you to front my band if you could do that. So it was like, definitely the stage was my safe space.
that's pretty cool.
Nobody could hurt me there. And they all liked me there. So I was like, all right, yay.
So there's a lot of people that have an aha moment when they realize their spirituality. Um, how did that happen to you as it relates to your music? Was there like an aha moment for you when it was all linked together?
Hmm. It's bringing me back. This question is bringing me back to when I started. I have a story about that relationship that I did talk about. It was with a Native American man, and he ran his whole life. He grew up in the whole peyote community and the ceremonies and things like that. And so I just like landed right into it. And what I found almost right away was that my love of the songs, because there's these peyote songs that you sang, they're mantras, they're like straight chants, and those songs were so I was so easy for me, it was so natural for me to like start to sing those songs. And the aha moments for me are always when my like me gets to come through in that space of like authenticity, and it's seen. Like those are the moments where I feel the most connected, the most aligned, is where it's actually received, because it's not always like, you guys are talking about, it's not always the right environment, like, and so, yeah, I would say that's for me.
Yeah, we're not exactly a biker bar here.
Exactly.
Well, you're not far away from it either. That's what I mean. It's a fine line. And really, these bikers were lovely. They really were. I think it's just whatever environment you're put in. They were not mean bikers. They were in like a church pew, like that guy said. So yeah, so you could very well be bikers.
Yeah, yeah. I think I'd have to double my size, but Any thoughts on that, Ben?
Um, it took me for, I'd say the first maybe 10, 15, 15 years or so of my songwriting, I wasn't very spiritual. It wasn't really, I grew up with a mother that's Mormon and a father that's Catholic, and I had to go to a Mormon and a Catholic church every Sunday of my life growing up. So that's 4 hours of church, either Saturday night and Sunday morning, or just so I just kind of ran away from anything spiritual or God related, anything. And I just wanted to write songs like, like the Beatles and Tom Petty and that kind of thing. Um, and then probably about 10 years ago, um, I I had a brain hemorrhage, which was a big wake up call for me. And so that kind of got me thinking like, oh shit, I'm not invincible like I thought I was. I'm not, I better start really looking at myself and really looking and seeing
Wow.
what else is out there and and that's kind of, and so that marriage of music and spirituality is kind of been in the last 10 years or so. And I think more and more, and even after that, it took me a while, but I think more now, the songs I write these days or, the last few years have been much more, putting
Yeah.
those two
Yeah.
together.
Wow. Well, that's
Yeah.
actually a lead into the next question. How has that evolved over time, the link between spirituality and your music?
For me, it's always been there. That it's like that's how I landed upon it. That's how I like. That's my how I function. So it's like always been there. I never had a moment where it wasn't. Even when I was younger, and I loved to sing, and I did like singing lessons and all this stuff when I was little. But I remember music for me, and even the part of listening to artists, like I was always drawn to songs that had like meaning, that took you on this like deep emotional dive, that felt like beautiful, that made you cry. I was just always drawn to that type of music more than anything else. The deeply that moves you. So for me, it just feels like, and then when I started writing songs, I was already in the spiritual community. I was doing yoga and teaching yoga, and I was exposed to a whole different genre. I was like, what is this? And then when I did start writing songs, I was already in that space. So it feels like it was always like that for me.
Cool. Mhm.
I think mine was I've always been a storyteller, and I think that's part of again where I'm from, and my thing was I write about the human condition of love, and I was curious, and I love to tell stories. Like I'd be somewhere and I'd make up stories. At least I thought I was making it up, but I'd say, oh, see that one and there, and just tell their whole life story there, and then create. When I was a songwriter, I would create these stories of just, I guess, human behavior, but the condition of love, never politics or anything like that. And then
Yeah.
when I was trying to, fighting for the protecting my children, and ended up at the unity thing, and then did that homework of It's My Faith, was when I started to put the two together and connected that part of it along with the human condition and behavior, because I was like, why are these people acting so crazy for no reason? And then got into the spiritual side of things to maybe figure it out from there. I think I'll get back to you.
Well said. Well said. Uh,
So
okay.
I,
I
I
don't know if there's
think,
any.
yeah, I think that's it. Were there any more questions? Megan, were there any others that came in?
Yeah,
No?
I do have one more. It could be a quickie. So
Okay.
do you have goals or plans that you're working on for your future with music?
Yeah, like I said, for me, it's like I got to get that freaking album freaking
Yeah,
recorded already.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
waiting, we're
yeah.
way too long to do that. Way too long.
You do. You do.
Thank you.
Yes, I always have something I'm running towards. Um, I've got another album that I recorded actually a few years ago that I still have yet to put out, which I'm gonna put out I think any day now, and probably another 6 or 7 full more albums of songs that need to go out. So I'm always just trying to doing side jobs to kind of support my music so that I can just keep playing music.
Excellent.
Yeah.
No. I would say is my answer. No, I stopped playing about 3.5 years ago when my son passed, and I've had a very difficult time to even play again until Michelle made me do this. And but one thing I would like to do is I have at least another 100 songs I'd like to record. So now that I have this set up again, I might at least just record them that way,
Oh,
or
that's excellent.
maybe go in the studio. But one day at a time, one moment. I managed to do this without coughing a lot or weeping. So we did it. This was sort of the
Yes.
test to see
Yes.
if I could even consider, because I know my son would really love me to play music again. He was a big part of my music, but I just I got to figure it out. So this went well though. So thank you all for
Yeah, thank
that.
you.
Appreciate it.
It was amazing, super fun.
Yes, it was. It was an honor to be playing with you guys.
And it was all of our honor to have you all here. Truly, as I said, an honor, leaving me speechless. Laura, I'm so glad I grabbed you kicking and screaming into this, because you do have a talent, and your son, I hope you felt him with you. He was here the whole time, and, was so happy that you are playing again. It's really, you have a lot to say through your music. And Laura also has written a book, and she is going to be presenting that book on the Global Lightworkers United platform. It's going to be, we haven't quite set a date yet, but it's going to be sometime in April. So there's the book, Have Fun, Be Kind, a simple self-help guide for grumpy adults and the rest of us learning to lighten up. It's a beautiful book. And so she's going to be sharing that with us very soon. And as you all know, there's many beautiful events happening on the platform. So please check it out. And we look forward to having you join us there. And Ben and Jai, we need to get back to Egypt again and do more of this every night on the Nile. These two were singing, and this is where I absolutely fell in love with them. They call me Mickey because there was another Michelle on the trip, so my nickname is Mickey. So Jai and Ben know me as Mickey, and Laura knows me as Michelle. So it's all the same person. But we're so grateful for this, and we look forward to maybe we'll have a reprise, okay? This was really a great event. So thank you all. And to Megan, thank you so much for being our backup here. Bob, thank you so much for helping with the questions. And to everyone who's here, thank you for coming and joining us. This has been recorded. It is available then to watch and to listen back. And we are going to be posting this. The performers have all agreed. We will be posting this on our Glue YouTube channel. And so you also will be able to see it there on YouTube, okay? And share it with others. This is a beautiful scene of the amazing work that Lightworkers are doing, each in our own way. And thank you so much for being a part of this. Love you all. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and we look forward to seeing you all very soon.
Thank you.
Nikki.
Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.